We've created two tables now. We have the items table with the serial number for the item name, cost, and so on. And we have another table for rooms, and I can toggle back and forth between these two tables. And I can start entering data right away. Now this is called data sheet view. Data sheet means you are entering data. When you want to design it, what you do is you go ahead and close the table. Let me go ahead and do that for you. So we've closed all the tables. And if I want to design instead, I just simply right click and go to design. Okay. Now, before we go any further, we want to save our database. So let's go to File. Okay, at the very end, this is what you're going to be uploading to TICFP. So let's go ahead and select Save As. And we need to give it a meaningful name. Okay, so we're going to save it as the default format. There's different database formats. We'll just accept the default. We click Save As. And we give it a meaningful name. We are going to call this Home, because this is a database of our home. And of course, we could add more tables in the future, but right now, all we have is a table for room and a table for items. And I'm going to choose the folder. There's the name, and we click Save. Now, if you see this warning up here after you save it, just go ahead and click Enable. Okay, because you're creating it yourself, so we know that it is safe. Now, let's take a quick look here. We have items and we have rooms. And if you look carefully here, there's some overlap between these two tables, namely room information. So you have in the items table a room, and of course, you have a room table, and that's how these two tables will be related. So before I enter any data in here at all, I'm going to establish that relationship. Let's go ahead and close everything we have here. Close items, close rooms, go to database tools. This is what we want here. We want to establish the relationships. Let's go ahead and add the two tables. You can see all the tables in your database right here. We double click on items. There it is. We double click on rooms. There it is. Now, how are we going to relate them? Well, it looks like for some reason it was automatically related in my case, but I'm going to go through and explain that relationship. Now, you'll see you have to ask yourself, does one room have many items, or does one item have many rooms? Well, usually every item sits in a room, so that room will have many items. Yes, you can take that item and move it to different rooms, but the association here is really from room to item. We walk into a room and then we see the many items there. So one room has many items. So what I'm going to do here, because in a sense the room is more fundamental, I'm just going to push it up like this just to remind myself one room has many items, okay? And I'm going to create the association. If you have many fields and you don't see all the fields, you can stretch it out. Now, I'm going to find the primary key in my main table, the room table. I'm going to click and hold, and then I'm going to drag it to the items table. And what field do I want to drop it on? As I go on to the other table, okay, you'll see a plus sign because I'm holding my mouse. I clicked and hold. I'm going to drop it onto room. So room information is associated with room information, room to room. I let go, okay, and there it is. Okay, so room ID is the primary field here, and it's going to become, we're dragging it into the items table, it's going to become the foreign key over here. Now, here's a mistake. Some people might think, well, it's the room name that needs to be associated, room name to room. No, it's always the primary key becomes a foreign key in the secondary table. So this is our primary table. We grab the primary key and we associate room to room. We drop it on room here, and that primary key becomes a foreign key in the secondary table. I let go of my mouse now, and there's the association, and I see I did it wrong. Room ID to cost. Let's cancel out and do that again. Room to room. So I hover my mouse directly over room. I let go, and there's the association. You can see room ID in the room table is associated with room in the items table. This is your primary key. This is your foreign key, and the relationship is one to many. You can see that relationship there. Now, there are a lot of other things we can do here. We can enforce referential integrity. If there's data in one, is there also data in the other table? And we can establish cascading effects. So as we add information in one table, it cascades to the other. But that's an advanced topic. We don't need to worry about that for now. As long as we have the primary key in one table associated as a foreign key. Now, it doesn't say foreign key there. We're pretty much done, and we see the one-to-many relationship. So that's good enough for us for now. We click Create, and we can see it right here. Now, let's return to the assignment. Now, the assignment says design it on a piece of paper, take a photograph, and that's what you're going to be submitting to TIC-FP. Okay? Why on a piece of paper? We have the design right there. Why can't I just take a screenshot and upload it? Well, you can, but I strongly recommend you do not do that. And the reason is on the final exam, you have to draw this on a piece of paper. Okay, so the first question you're going to have on the exam, design your database, and that's what a database design looks like. You have your tables. You have your primary key. You see a little key there, but you will put PK, the letters PK, beside the primary key, and then you draw your association. We're now ready to go ahead and enter data. So I'm going to go ahead and close this now. Click Save. I just closed the relationships table, and I'm going to begin adding some rooms here. So I double-clicked on room. So let's enter a room name. The bedroom, the size, I don't know, you could put it in square meters, square feet. I'll put 300 square feet, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to enter living room, and again the size, we'll make that 400 square feet. Now if you notice here, the room ID, if you recall, that's an auto number. That's just going to keep generating automatic numbers for us, so we don't have to enter anything for room ID. That's done. Okay, let's go ahead and close it, and let's enter 2 items in each room. So let's start with an item in the living room. Okay, so that item can be the TV. Cost, $400. Room, that's the living room. Date purchased, when did we purchase this? We can type it in, or we can click right here and pick a date. Now, before I do anything else, we need a serial number. We need a unique identifier. So you can go to the TV, look at the back of your TV and type it in, or just randomly type it in. There we go. Let's add another item, this time from the bedroom. So I don't know, I have a clock in my bedroom. And the cost, I don't know, $20. We'll enter the room, bedroom, and the date purchased. So I'll click the calendar, go to a different month, and just pick a day there. Okay, and there's a serial number. So again, look it up at the back of your clock, or just type it in. And there it is. We now have data in both tables, the items table and the rooms table.